Okay, hi. I wanted to show that for this particular assignment on layout and composition, using the golden spiral, that I actually was able to do a lot of what was instructed in, follow a lot of the instructions using Inkscape, which is an open source software. I'm just at that immediate time when I started this earlier this week, I had not yet had Adobe software. So the first thing is here, over in the upper left corner, you see the document properties as I set them up in Inkscape. And the page properties were set to a width of 11920 in pixels and 1080 height. Um, then I go to the color selection and chose the RGB color scheme here, Adobe RGB color scheme. And then for grids, I set up a grid here, and the major grid lines are going to be at 72 as prescribed. Now, it wasn't entirely clear here how to set up the minor grid lines at 12, but I had the major ones set up. So I'm going to exit that. I'm going to show you also that I was able to basically work in layers. Minimum of 6 layers were required, and I got 6. But I'm going to, over on the upper right here, show you the layer. Layer 1 was just basically the blank document layer. On layer 2, I put the golden spiral, and then in layer 3, I have that keystone layer, which would be, this is the Pennsylvania keystone down here. So that's a keystone layer. And then the mounted police photo that I took myself on an iPhone. So quality, I know, isn't the greatest. I was just merely trying to capture the size of those animals in comparison to the background at the York Fair. So then we have that mounted police layer, and then the content layer, which would be over here on the drawing in the upper right, layer 5. And then finally I had a layer 6 for the headings, such as the York Fair heading that runs down the left side, and the state police heading here. And I think this more information is another heading. What I did with this particular process was just to show that I did try to comply, and the only problem is that there's no compatibility between Inkscape, direct compatibility, that is, between Inkscape and the Adobe products, and I always lose a level of definition whenever I try to do that. But also, I am able to, to do the draft of the objects, and this is kind of what the whole thing will look like when you receive it as a JPEG. So, thank you, and I'm really enjoying, the opportunity to work with you and do this.